Let's see. Jake Wilson takes the provisional pole right now with a 130.5 or 130.3 actually on a soft compound. Ryan in 30.6. We have Zambito 130.9. Morris 31.1. We have Sticks hitting a 31.7. We have Moley going with a 30.5. Zambito and Moley doing what those Mercedes are meant to do. Take a look down. See if Robbo can get himself further up the board. Allow Your Face is going to give it a go. He's getting a toe from Elise. I think that's right. No, that's not Elise. That is ADR Ryan just ahead. Can Seal bring that? Oh my goodness, with a P6 performance in qualifying so far with a 31.1 with that Alfa Romeo. Seal really bringing or outperforming that car for sure. Allow Your Face on an out lap. Let's see if Jake Wilson's time can stay. Sitting right now at the top with Moley just behind him. Take a look down the rest of the field. If there's a bunch of parts on our Twitch about me cutting in and out, I do apologize, drivers. I was battling bitrate. Didn't know my computer was syncing something in the background when I turned that crap off. So it should be a lot better now. Allow Your Face begins his lap. Getting himself into Q3 with his teammate CSC Morris this evening with the McLaren team. And these guys have a good race this evening here at the French Grand Prix. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, round 2. Early on in the season, a lot to play for. But Jake right now doing what he does best. I've seen him in Tier 3, the Alfa Romeo team, constantly quickest in qualifying. A couple mistakes here and there though do cause his races to go a bit haywire, but I'm sure that's going to turn around eventually. Jump on board with Allow Your Face to see what time he can get on the board. In the meantime, I'm going to step away for just a second. I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, I'm back. My apologies on that one. 3 minutes and 39 seconds remain here at Q3. Just about race time. These drivers will have a 5-minute complimentary break once we load up for the race. That way they can get up, stretch, do what they need to do, get their mind set for the race. Like I mentioned, 27 laps. We'll meet these drivers this evening. Jake right now still sitting on provisional pole. SF1 Moley 2 tenths behind him with that Mercedes. And he get himself closer to Jake in that P1 position. Battle for pole right now. ABR Ryan outperforming that Aston Martin in 3rd. We have Allow Your Face in P4. Doing one heck of a job the other day in reserving for Tier 2. A Tier 3 driver was battling for a podium. I believe he did finish on that podium as well. Zambito P5. We have Morris P6. We have Seal P7 in that Alfa Romeo. Kind of a highlight of the day. I am a huge fan of Alfa Romeos. So seeing Seal in P7 in Q3 is quite a treat. We have Bravo in P8. We have Elise P9 and Stig right now. Gonna give it a go. Trying to catch a toe from anybody. No, he's gonna go around the corner. I thought I saw. Maybe that was a bit of a different camera angle I was looking at. Stig rounding the corner now. Kind of time can he get on the board? Can he improve on his 31.7? I wasn't taking a look at the sector times, but let's see if the AlphaTauri can get up. He goes P3 with that AlphaTauri. A solid lap from the driver, SF1 Stig. Take a look down the field. 2 minutes remain, so everybody who's on an outlap possibly gearing up to give it one more go at pole position. Can anybody contest Jake's Red Bull time with a soft compound with a 30.3? Ryan is going to give it a go. Molly is going to give it a go. Ryan is going to give it a go. Allow Your Face is going to give it a go. And Elise is going to give it a go. As well as all the other guys. I believe most of these guys are on a flyer. Zambito has invalidated, so he has... what time do we have left? The yellow flag, Sector 1, is kind of in my way. He's got a minute 30. He should be able to get around and give it one more stab at this lap. Stig, I believe he's improved enough. We'll see if he can stay P3. Molly's going to give it a run. Can Jake improve on his 30.3 here? And the closing stages of Q3 and grab pole position for the French Grand Prix. Only time can tell, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an interesting final few moments here for Q3. It looks like one of the McLarens has set off. It's Morris who is ahead of Seal in that Alfa Romeo. These are going to be a final lap, so I'm going to stay on board with the guys who are going to cross. Can Morris improve on a 30.7, get himself closer up? Stay on board, and then we'll jump to Seal. Is Seal on a hot lap as well? Seal pushing. I think he's backed out after that small loss of the grip. Morris is now the one this week without a helmet. Last week it was his teammate, Allow Your Face, but Morris is now the one without a helmet. Mark Webber, circa 2014, I believe it was. You guys remember, after he retired from Formula One, his final few closing laps, taking a stroll in that Red Bull, taking his helmet and gloves off and waving to the fans. Maybe it's a hidden Easter egg here in this game. See if Morris can improve. Can he get himself possibly on a start front row grid here? Coming down the start-finish line now. DRS wide open on the McLaren. 137. Can he get a 135 out of the car? He doesn't. He's going to stay P5. Let's jump to Seal. Looks like Stig is going to pull into the pits and retire. Seal is going to do the same. So right now it's on to Jake. Can he improve on his time? He has Bravo right behind him. And then the other McLaren, the two Mercedes trying to battle it here. Can Jake improve on his time and hold on to pole position? DRS open for the Red Bull. That Honda power is super strong in this game. Does he improve? He does improve. 29.6. Here we go. Let's see if Zambito crosses the line. Does anybody contest that? No. How about Ryan? He's left. What does he do in that? Oh, he stays P4, so that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Jake in that Red Bull crosses the line to take pole position for the French Grand Prix. SF1 Molly in P2. Stig in the AlphaTauri P3. We have Ryan in the Aston Martin P4. The two McLarens of Morris and Allow Your Face P5 and P6. Zambito P7. We have Seal in the Alfa Romeo P8. Bravo in the Ferrari is P9, and Elise crosses the line actually from the pits in that Aston Martin P10. So both Aston Martins getting in. We have both McLarens getting in. Both both Mercedes getting in. Why is it giving me the chase camera? That's strange. There you guys can have it. Jake sets pole position for this evening's race. He's going to line up with his title rival early in the stages here of Molly on the front row grid. Dig in third. We have Ryan fourth. We have Morris fifth. We have Allow Your Face in sixth. Zambito in seventh is going to try to get a little bit more performance out of the Mercedes during the race. Seal outperforming that Alfa Romeo P8. We have Bravo Ferrari P9 and Elise P10. So both or not both, but all three, the Mercedes, the McLaren team and the Aston Martin team, getting both drivers through to Q3 could pay out a lot in this race. But once we load up, I'll give you guys a look down through the early stages of the points. Only one round in it. Hopefully nobody hits that ready up button real quick. Alright, we should be greeted with a lot of sun. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, while we're sitting in the paddock, let me give you a look right now at the constructors' points so far. And as I mentioned earlier, the Williams had it one heck of a week at Portugal Grand Prix, sitting 57 points on top right now, that being of Paps and ABR Ryan racing in the Williams team last week. We have Mercedes sitting in P2 with 48 points, McLaren sitting third with 37 points, Aston Martin is in fourth. We have Red Bull. Hopefully they can turn around. They are supposed to be on paper the quickest team. Right now, Jake putting in that car on pole. Let's see what operator can do in this race. We have Alpine sitting sixth. We have Alfa Romeo in seventh. We have AlphaTauri in eighth. Ferrari sitting in ninth, and Haas yet to have a driver. Eventually, I hope that you guys, if anybody's tuning in, you guys want to give it a go here at SF1 Realistic on Sunday. Jump into our Discord. We are welcoming anybody and everybody who wants to race here. This tier is for fun, to give us something to have to race on Sunday. It's a lot of fun. A lot of these guys, I think, are enjoying it early on in the stages, and I hope to carry that on through. But what you guys really want to look at is probably the drivers standing so far. Driver standing, Molly sitting on top of the board in P1. His title rival, as I mentioned, both starting on the front row of this grid this evening. In second is Jake Wilson. We have Allow Your Face in third. Cressy not here this evening in fourth. We have El Zambito fifth. Phil in sixth. Ross not here this evening. He's gonna be reserved by Bill and SF1 Stig. He's in seventh. We have Rabo 8. We have your Robbie in ninth. Not here this evening. Unfortunately, CS Morris is gonna take his spot. We have Elise in 10th. We have Hubdy in 11th. Operator is sitting 12th. Panta wasn't there last week. It's gonna start fresh on the season this evening. We have Seal in 14th. Venom wasn't here last week or this evening. Let's see what he happens to do. A couple of reserve spots that we open up for anybody that wants to take a full-time ride. We're welcoming everybody. Like I mentioned, you guys want to race here? You're more than welcome. Jump in. This is an Xbox League. But SF1 Roads, myself in the comms booth right now. I'm going to relax my voice and get ready for these 27 intense laps. I got a question. How many safety cars are we going to see? How many VSCs are we going to see? 16 drivers are going to start this race, and all 16 finish. That is the question of this evening until these 5 minutes. It's been about 2. I've been talking for a bit, so we should be going in about 3 minutes. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be quite a race. 10 seconds and counting down. Let me get these points off for you guys. And we can set off on the formation lap for the French Grand Prix. See the Red Bull and Merckx sitting there right. I'm gonna get rid of this mini map. I usually don't like to use it for league racing. I think it clutters the screen up. I think there's enough on this screen as it is. Let's take a look at the tires, shall we? Not that. Not that. Looking around the wrong things this evening. So you can see a lot of the guys getting through in Q2, bringing those medium compounds into this race to start off with. You have Molly, Stig, Ryan, and Allow Your Face top 10. In the medium compounds, the rest are going to go soft, including the man on pole, Jake. We have a couple of guys, Bill, Paps, going on the mediums, as well as Hubdy, Panta, and Operator. Phil has opted to go for the hard compound, so the two Alpines switching up strategies just a bit. We have Phil on the hards, and we have his teammate, Hubdy, right behind him on those medium compounds. Take a beautiful look at the French Grand Prix, Circuit Paul Ricard. As you guys can see, these drivers putting the temperature into their brakes and their tires, both surface and carcass. Yes, you see Morse doesn't have a helmet still. We'll see what the McLaren duo can do this evening. See what Seal can do in that Alfa Romeo. Formation laps are something. Who's going to be a Kimi? There's a Mercedes being a Kimi. I wonder, that is El Zambito for sure. Let's see what Operator can do. Can he work his way through the field this evening in that Red Bull? He's just going to have to be a little patient. He's going to have the pace in that car. Patience will take him a long way in this race. We'll have to keep an eye on Paps, the man who won the Portuguese Grand Prix in that Williams. Can he do it again this evening at his home Grand Prix? We're going to find out in a little bit. Yeah. I can't believe they'd have such a thing in this game with no driver. I mean, that's one thing that most drivers like to have, is you customize your helmet going into the race. But here we are back on form with the man who grabbed pole. We're gonna sit with him just a bit. There's his teammate pulling up the rear end of the grid as we speak. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. 5 laps are close. Or not 5 laps, the 5 lights. Into their position now. Just waiting. Here we go. 5 red lights. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are lit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's lights out at the French Grand Prix. Who's going to get a better start? Jake gets a good start. Molly's going to hold the outside. We're going to take it through turn 1. See what kind of... Is everybody going to make it through? Everybody goes side. Pretty close. Pretty clean so far. Operator gets around the Ferrari. Do we have... Oh, the McLarens. The 2 McLarens have had contact. That might be a bit of a naughty step for Mr. Zach Brown. He might not be very happy. So far, everybody neatly through. Let's jump on board with that Alfa Romeo right now, battling the Ferrari just ahead of him. El Zambito coming down the backstretch. Can the Ferrari get a run on the Mercedes? The Mercedes should have just about the... Ooh, what a... Nope, that was dangerous. Zambito and Bravo going into the corner. A bit of contact between the two teams. How about Zambito? He's got a... Or not Zambito. Seal's got a pretty good clear track behind him. Bravo really trying to put pace around that Ferrari. Is he going to hold around the outside? Zambito's going to tuck behind the Ferrari. So, Bravo gets himself up to P5. Zambito in P6. Seal's going to send it on the inside. What a move by the Alfa Romeo driver this evening. These early stages, everybody battling for that one small gap. The two McLarens having a bit of interesting collisions with each other early on. We're going to send it to this man who's going to cross the line. I'll put the delta up for you guys right now. Jake, right now with a 1.9 second gap between himself and Molly. Ryan really battling. He has Stick just behind him. Zambito's going to pull into the pits. We're a new front wing, so that is detrimental to the Mercedes team. that could come into play eventually. We'll see if we have a safety car that bunches these guys back up and brings El Zambito back into this race. Another thing will be something to look at is going to be track penalties this evening. They can come sneak up on you quite quickly. Paps has already gotten his Williams up to P8. Bill right behind him. Here's Stig's going to go for a look on the inside. A little bit more power in that Honda unit compared to the Aston Martins of Ryan. So Stig up to P3. He's going to try to chase down Molly, who's 1.6 ahead. Jake is really putting that throttle down. 2.7 now separates him from the Mercedes. These guys all really close. This is exactly what we saw last week. Early stages, the guys on the softs should have a lot more pace. Seal in P6. That Alfa Romeo, at least just behind him. Jump on board with Bill. Right now battling Paps just ahead of him. And Elise in that Aston Martin. DRS now enabled. We're on lap 3 already. Lap 3 of 27. These guys all stuck within a DRS train of each other. Ryan is going to hold just behind Stig. Can he get himself close enough? He does have Ryan just behind him. As Bravo's in DRS range. Seal's in DRS range. Let's ride on board with the Ferrari driver as you see Ryan try to take that Aston Martin. DRS is now his. Will he have a run on the AlphaTauri? I don't think he's going to be close enough. I think Stig's using a bit of his ERS going into this chicane. Seal kind of behind on that Ferrari. Both running the Ferrari unit. Take a look down the field. We got a battle here. Bill really behind Elise Al, trying to stay with Paps in that Williams. Elise looking for a way around. Operator, the first man to get a time penalty this evening for exceeding track limits. Putting himself up to P13 as we speak. Looks like Bill's battling a little bit of that dirty air from the two cars ahead of him, the Aston Martin of Elise and Paps. Bill right now in 12th with those hard compounds. Should be able to take those quite away. Panta doing pretty well right now. P11, can he get himself further? He's got Hugs right ahead of him. Both battle in Tier 2 on Fridays. Morris and Allow Your Face have caught themselves back up to the field quite quickly. They have Operator just ahead. Zambito trying to bring some of that time down. Jake now, 3.9 seconds separates himself from Molly. How much performance will be left in those soft compound tires in a few laps time? We will see. Ryan still following Stig. Still within that DRS range as well. I will say one thing about this track. This track will eat your ERS up a lot. So charging is quite difficult in this track. Bill's going to go for a look at Elise, and they're going to go 3 wide. Yeah, nope. They're going to tuck in single file into the chicane. This is allowing Hubs to have a battle. Oh, Pants is going to go on the outside. What a move by the Ferrari driver to get into P10. Nicely done from Panta to get into P10. Now he can chase after the guys ahead of him. On paper, he should have a better car. Operator gets around Phil. Phil still early stages on those hard compounds, so he might not have all the pace in those hards yet. Temperature should just about be up. The CSC Morris is catching up to these guys quite quickly. Allow Your Face is catching up as well. Operator sitting on 3 seconds worth of penalties. Our first man to get him. Phil's looking for an outside look. Jump on board with CSC Morris. Operator goes a bit wide. That's going to open the door for Phil in the Alpine. Let's look on board with rear view camera of Phil. Morris is going to think about going on the outside. Operator's going to leave the door open. That's CSC Morris up to P13. What has happened to Elise? The Aston Martin driver might have caught one of the sausage curbs and spins the Aston Martin. Operator gets another 3-second time penalty, so at least down to 15. Gap at the top, still 4.6. Jake is really putting the pressure, or not the pressure, but the pace on those soft compounds. Molly sitting in P2. Stig getting relatively close in DRS. Keep an eye on these guys. Teal, Bravo, all 1 second out of each other's. It looks like Bill has caught the end of that Williams, and he used DRS down the start-finish line straight to try to pass him. I know Paps has a lot of speed though. Bill within half a second. As Bravo pits pretty early for, let's see what the Ferrari driver does here. Is he going to go to a medium compound and make it a two-stop strategy this evening? That's exactly what the Ferrari driver is going to do. Mediums on that Ferrari, and away he goes. Elise pulls into the pits as well, so Wilson staying out on those soft compounds. How much time can he put? I mean, he's still putting 5.2 on Molly, but Wilson having quite a race. Quite a turnaround. He had a little bit of an incident in the Portuguese Grand Prix where he collected the wall. Stig now chasing down Molly in that Mercedes. This could get interesting. All three of these guys on a medium compound. Let's see what time Seal comes in on those soft compounds, as well as Morris. Bill chasing Paps ahead. A lot of these guys still really closely racing. Allow Your Face gets a 3-second time penalty, as I mentioned before, and his teammate has one as well. So both McLarens now with a 3-second time penalty. Keep an eye on these guys in the field. ABR Ryan, Stig trying to chase down SF1 Molly just ahead of him, as Wilson now pits. That's going to give the lead over to SF1 Molly, but he does have Stig and Ryan closely behind. Right on board with Ryan as we go down the start-finish line straight. DRS is his. Where is Wilson going to come out? He is on his way out of the pits now. Bill's overtaken. Allow Your Face is overtaken. The operator is going to overtake his teammate. No, he's still behind his teammate. So, no. He is actually overtaking his teammate. So, operator, right now, both the Red Bulls, 11 and 12. Sector 1 yellow. What has happened to Seal? Was there a connection between himself and Hubdy? I'm not sure. Or he lost the traction out of those soft compounds. Stig getting really racy with that Mercedes just ahead of him. It is getting quite cloudy, ladies and gentlemen. Can that rain show up sooner rather than later? Maybe that's why a couple of these guys have decided to go for a soft compound run. Stig's getting a bit of a look on the inside. Gonna back out of it. Stig's getting really close to SF1 Molly here in the early stages of the race. The top 7 guys on those medium compounds. Thinking most of them are going to go for a one-stop, depending on when this rain actually shows up. You can see this, the pace that the Mercedes has out of the corners compared to the AlphaTauri of Stig. Ryan's still right there. Paps is closing the door on them. 5.2 seconds, 5.3. Is Bill going to go for a look on the turn 1? Yeah, he's going to do it. Is Paps going to look for a turnaround look? No, he's going to surrender that position for the time being, but Paps is going to have another run at Bill coming down into the chicane. Paps is going to succeed. You got Panta right there, too. Panta in that Ferrari should be a little bit quicker than Paps and Bill. Bill runs a bit wide. Is this going to open the door for Panta to get into P4? Straight line speed is not the Ferrari suit. I'll jump on board as you'll see Bill should relatively have the advantage here in the straight line. Oh, what is that yellow for? Is that Zambito again? Bill using as much of that track as he can. He has Paps right behind him on that gearbox, collecting the tow. Molly has been overtaken by... Oh, what has happened to Stig? Is that going to be a full safety car? It is a safety car. What has happened to Stig? Where is he at? Oh, he's over there on the right-hand side. What has happened here? Safety car, ladies and gentlemen. A full safety car. ABL Ryan's going to pit. Molly's going to pit. Bill should probably pit as well. Yeah, it's going to be a dash to the pits. Pants is coming in. Looks like Hubs is coming in. It was staying out there, though. Yeah, that's Phil on the hard compound. He's going to stay out and take the lead of this race. He's got Wilson just behind him. He's just pitted a lap earlier. Be interesting to see what happened to SF1 Sig. I wonder if he's just lost grip or traction. But Phil in that Alpine is going to take the lead of this race. Is he going to do an Esteban Ocon this evening? Picks up the safety car. Allow your face. This is exactly what he needed. Zambito, this is what he needed to get himself back into. He's going to pull into the pits and put on a new soft or medium compound. Jake Wilson finds himself in P2. Ryan on a hard compound, P4. Paps has gone for hard. We have Bill on a hard compound. Panta's on a hard compound. Seal's on a hard compound. Operator has gone for a soft compound, so bit of a different strategy. See if this can pay out for the Red Bull driver. Wonder if he's banking on another safety car. Operator gets another 3-second time penalty under safety car conditions as well. But our first safety car in this race comes at, I believe it's laps, yeah, not 9. Riding on board with Phil is going to have the restart for this race behind the safety car, so I wonder how much he's going to bunch these guys up. Only time will tell. I'm not sure how spaced out these guys are right now. We'll probably have another lap underneath safety car conditions before we go back to racing. Here in the early stages, lap 9. AlphaTauri of SF1 Sig crashes out of the French Grand Prix. SF1 Sig letting me know. Felt like he might have been tapped from the rear end. Lost traction and just ended up in the wall. Bit down on himself. Had a lot of pace this race. Hopefully, you know, you're always welcome back, SF1 Sig. So if you're watching, you're always welcome here in Realistic. I know it's not quite something some of these guys want to do, but it can be fun. So a couple of guys diving for the pits. That's going to space these guys out a little bit more. There's Zambito now, who is in the pits. It is one of the Alfa Romeos, I believe, not Alfa Romeo, McLaren. I believe that is Allow Your Face, who's going to come out on a saw medium compound. I think there's just about collected. Yeah, we should be going back to racing after this lap. So let's get that Delta back up for you guys. In a sec, I'm just enjoying the views, I guess you would say. A lot of these guys, it's going to be crucial for Phil to get the temperatures back up into those hard compounds. With a couple laps underneath them, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Getting a little close to that Red Bull there. The Allow Your Face gets a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. Taking a look now. Jake right there, ABR Ryan. We have Bravo. Safety car is in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. So they're going to be restarting the race on lap 10, carrying on to lap 11. We'll have 16 laps of racing remaining in this race. A couple of these guys boxing for those fresh mediums. I wonder if they can take them the whole way. We're going to find out. I know the hards will go the whole way. That's why a lot of these guys jumped on. Phil, it's kind of gave him a little hitch into his strategy here because he did start on the hards. So we'll see how long he can stay out on those hard compounds. Stay on board with this man who's going to restart the race here. When is he going to put the throttle down? Looks like he's going to go for it already. It looks like Brian was thinking about a move on Jake, but he's going to hold off. He can't make a pass until the start-finish line. Bill is gone. Into turn 1. How about anybody else coming through the field? Everybody's going to go single file into turn 1. Nobody really going for a move down the start-finish line. The 15 drivers remain here for this race. Ooh, we have operator looking for a move on Seal now for Romeo. He is on those soft compounds too, so he's going to have a lot of pace here early on in these few laps. Jump down the rest of the field, go back up forward. Oh, we have a move here. Ryan's going to think about opening the door on Jake Wilson in the Red Bull. Is he going to go out? Nope, he's going to back out and just wait for that right time. Jake trying to put the pressure on Phil just ahead of him. Fresh mediums versus a couple laps old hards. Jake might have a move here going around the long right-hander. He's going to wait. Patience is a virtue. This man leading the first restart lap. Can he hold on to that lead coming across the start-finish line? Jake's right behind him, though, in that Red Bull. We'll see if he's going to use his ERS to try to make a pass because he has ABR Ryan just behind him in that Aston Martin. Whoa, so is Panther. Or that might be SF1 Bravo. I don't think he's close enough, even with ERS, even with that Honda power. Let's get the Delta back up for you guys. Early stages here. Jake really going for a run. Let's take a look at the rear end of Phil. At least gets a 3-second time penalty. What has happened to Allow Your Face? Allow Your Face is off. He's without a wing, too. Wonder if there was contact. Paps gets a 3-second time penalty. Allow Your Face taking a little bit of a stroll on the track. Here goes Jake and Phil going into turn 1. Let's jump on board with Ryan. Phil's going to switch back. Oh, Ryan's going to go for an inside look. There wasn't nothing he could do. Bravo's right behind to collect. Is he going to have a look at the Aston Martin? Operator gets another 3-second time penalty. Oli now pushing pressure on that Williams driver. Paps is ahead. Molly sitting on 3-lap-old mediums. Paps is put on the hard compounds. Doing wonders in that Williams. His name's George Russell. Is no longer Paps. Teal in 11th. Operator dips down. His operator have damage to that front wing. I think operator is going to pull into the pits. That is unfortunate. Race control. DRS is back online. As you see, Phil's going to try to go around Ryan. Makes it stick into turn 1. Phil back up the P2. Jake now putting that time down. The gap between the guys. Let's see what happens here. Panta's right there. Paps is right there. Molly's right there. Right on board with SF1 Bravo as we get up to the back end, or the back stretch with DRS. What is going to happen is Phil going to get swallowed up here by the cars behind as ABR Ryan has a moment. Collects the car though. Bravo's going to get DRS. Remember what I said though, the Ferrari is pretty slow in the start-finish line. Is he going to tuck behind? I don't think there's a move to make there. Oh, the camera angles of France are so terrible sometimes. All this battling behind Jake Wilson and that Red Bull is just helping him put the gap between himself and the guys behind. 2.5 now the gap. But I don't think that those medium compounds are going to go the distance until the end, unless we have another safety car on our hands. Keep an eye out for the rest of these guys. There's a big train. Both Ferraris looking quite nicely. Panta's caught up to the tail end of this. You see Phil trying to break the toe between himself and Bravo behind. Paps is there in case anything happens. Everybody with DRS down the start-finish line straight into turn 1. Phil just trying to survive on these hard compounds. 13 laps to their name with a lot of guys behind him. Bravo. Medium compounds. See, they are getting up there in age though on the laps, so he's going to have to be a bit careful. Molly having a look at Paps just ahead of him. See if Bravo makes a move stick on Phil just ahead. He's going to go to the inside. Side by side coming into the chicane. Nicely done from the Ferrari driver. Gets himself in the P3. Phil looking for a look back. Jump on board with Molly. You got a line of cars ahead of him. Oh no, 3 wide is not going to be a good thing to go in that far right-hander. Paps is looking for a move. What a crazy race. Phil's going to try to take the position back. Phil struggling a little bit on the hard compounds. There goes Molly on the inside. He's up to P5. No. Phil's right there, still battling. He's still right side by side. Oh, that was close. Phil left the gap though. Molly's gonna have to take for a lot of that chicane. And Molly's gonna get a bit bullied out of that corner. Phil's right there in case anything happens. What has happened to Phil? Phil has lost it. SF1 Bravo, 3-second time penalty to his name. I wonder if his hard compounds are giving up on him or if there was contact. Hopefully no contact was made. At least gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Ryan now sitting in third with 1.8 behind him. Bravo in the Ferrari. Paps is now in fourth. Doing what Paps does with that Williams is takes it lap by lap and puts it further up in the positions. Molly trying to take the battle of the Paps just ahead. Bill right there. Take a look at Morris. Morris is really having a good race so far. No helmet though. F1 stewards might need to make an inquiry about that. Bit of a safety issue. But he has Hubdy just ahead of him. Hubdy having a better race this week in P8 right now. Lap 15 out of 27. 12 laps remain here at the French Grand Prix. Cyrus Morris is getting a look. Is Hubby going to get a run on Panta? No, Panta does have DRS, so it's going to help him down the start-finish line. You can see the difference between the Alpine, though, and the Ferrari unit. Keep an eye now. Gap at the top between Jake Wilson and Ryan. 4.3. No penalty to each name. Bravo does have a penalty. Paps has a penalty, so that could play into the end of this race. 4.3. We have Paps making a gains on that Ferrari. Mercedes versus Ferrari power. Paps is going to hold behind. There is a big battle going on ahead. Allow Your Face gets another time penalty this evening. Look now, these guys are all battling for third position. It is crazy between them. It's all the way from Paps to Molly to Bill, Panta, Morris, Hubdy, they're all in sight of that P3. 3 of them which have a penalty to their name. Somebody's dove into the pits. It's going to be Bravo's going to dive into the pits. 10-lap-old mediums. Is he going to go to another set of mediums and take them to the end? We'll see. Another set of the mediums for the Ferrari. It's going to take those to the end. Molly now just behind Paps. Can he make that Mercedes power unit work in his favor? He does have a Mercedes power unit just ahead of him in the Williams. Bravo probably on his way out of the pits now. Drops to P13. Can Molly get a good run here on Paps? He is 6/10 behind, so that's quite a ways as Paps trying to break the toe. Paps has just nothing to really fight this unless he's using his ERS. They do have ABR Ryan just ahead of him too, I just noticed. ABR Ryan now coming under a little bit of pressure from Paps and Molly. Molly right behind. Bill gets himself in the P5. Molly looking for a run on Paps. Can he make it stick on the inside? No, Paps is going to block that off. Might be the battle to keep an eye on for the meantime. Paps, Molly, Bill, Panta, CFC Morris, and Hubdy looking at that third position. That final step on the podium. Molly's going to have DRS down the start-finish line straight. Can he get a line and make a move on Molly? I mean, in the turn one, he's gaining. He's going to go for the inside look. Looks like he takes that position into P3. SF1 Molly moves. Bill, can he get closer to Paps just ahead of him? And it's noticed that Molly is on a medium compound. Jake as well. 5.7 seconds. Jake is just owning this French Grand Prix right now as it sticks. Ryan doing a wonderful job this evening in that Aston Martin. Molly trying to put distance between himself and Paps. Paps sticking in with that DRS range. As you see the back flap of that wing open now. Bill sticking with Paps. Lap 18, 9 laps remain here for the French Grand Prix. Paps gonna go for a look on Molly. Backs out of it. And Molly bring down that gap between himself and Ryan. Morris looking quite racy against Panta. Operator gets another 3-second time penalty. Actually, I'll give you guys a look on penalties once we hit lap 20. Give you a update on the penalties. See where we stand with those. Oh, Morris really close to that gearbox of Panta in the Ferrari. Careful not to make too much contact. You don't want to chip the wing. Ooh, Morris getting a bit of dirty air in the exit as well, waiting for the rear end to stick. Jake Wilson pulls into the pits. His final pit stop of this race. As so it stands, unless we have another safety car, he's going to come out on a second set of medium compounds and take him to the end. 2 stop compared to a 1 stop. We'll see how that pans out. Good, yeah. Molly with Paps just behind him still. I don't think Molly's going to be able to take those mediums until the end of this race. Nor Morris as well. Molly gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Paps with one just behind him as well. Half a lap to go and I'll give you guys an update on the penalties. Morris, all these guys battling really closely. Panta, it could fare well for Panta. Could Panta put that Ferrari on a podium this evening? Because Paps does have a 3-second time penalty, so if Panta can get a little closer, Morris has 3 seconds, or not, yeah, he does, I believe, and he has those medium compounds on. We have a yellow sector 2, it must be for Allow Your Face or Operator. I'm not sure, let's jump down, see who it's for. I believe it's for Allow Your Face. But somebody dives into the pits, Hubdy dives into the pits. Let's take a look now at those time penalties. Moley has 3 seconds to his name. We have Paps with 3 seconds. CSC Morris has 6 seconds. Panta clear on the board. We have Bravo with 3 seconds. Elise has 6. Operator unfortunately has 20. We have Allow Your Face on 9 seconds. Elise gets a 10-second for corner cutting. I have no idea he was entering the pits. I went always decided to retire the car. Unfortunate this evening for Elise and that Aston Martin. That is 2 guys now out of this Grand Prix. Take a look back at the tire situation. Actually, let's look at positions gained so far in this race. Positions. Paps is up 9 as Panta is up 9. Tied for the most this evening. We have ABR Ryan up 3. We have Bill up 7. Bill is up 3. We have Hubdy up 2. Operator's up 3. Our biggest loser so far, unfortunately, is Allow Your Face is going to pull into the pits again. I wonder if he's going to retire that McLaren. We have Jake down 7, but he did box twice in this race. Go back to the tires. Allow Your Face has gone for a soft compound for the rest of this race. Trying to steal that fastest lap, which is worth 3 points here at SF1. ABR Ryan, Moley's pulled into the pits. Bill now pulls into a podium position. Paps in a podium position. Panta has got to put his foot down. He wanted to hold on to the back of Bill, because Bill is within that time penalty. Jake Wilson sets the fastest lap of the race with a 32.6 on a medium compound with a Red Bull. Panta right now on the rear end of that McLaren, but CSC Morris is going to have DRS off the back of Bill and that AlphaTauri. And Bill get closer to that Williams of Paps ahead of him. Oh, he's giving Bill or Paps something to think about. Bill and Paps having quite a battle between each other. You see Zambito having quite a comeback race, putting himself up to P6 now on those hard compounds. Could he have a look at the rear end of that Ferrari at Panta in a few laps' time? 6 laps remain here. Technically about 5 and a quarter. ABR Ryan holding on to the lead of this race in that Aston Martin. Paps in P2. Does have that AlphaTauri of Bill right behind him in P3. CSC Morris now has another time penalty to his name, so this is opening the door for Panta and Zambito, as well as Jake. Jake is starting to come back pretty quickly in this race with a fresh medium compound. Sitting 3.8 behind Zambito. Take a look at Paps right now, and Bill putting that pressure on the Williams driver. Seal gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Let's see how close Bill is charging with that DRS. Is Bill gonna be close enough for a move? No, he's not. Just about, but just ran out of tarmac. CSC Morris is really going. Oh, Panta's gone wide. That's going to see him back out just a bit off the toe of the McLaren. Should still relatively be close. Backs out just a little bit. Bill really battling. Bill thinking about an inside move. Is he going to go for it? No, he's going to back out. I thought he was going to go for it. These guys, all 3 battling for, or actually all 4 battling for that final spot. This is helping Zambito come into the challenge. And I have a feeling Jake's going to be there in no time. Jake on a fresh medium compound is going to have a lot more pace in those tires, as well as being in the Red Bull. Lap 23 out of 27. All try and take position. What has happened? Who is that for? I I'm not sure. Seal. Something has happened to Seal on the exit of the final turn. Coming down the finish line. He's still having quite a good race in Alfa Romeo, holding on to P9. Does have a penalty to his name. We'll see how that pans out. ABR Ryan, 4.5 to himself in that Aston Martin. He was on the bubble to jump in this evening. I think he's going to be quite happy that he's done so. Paps and Bill going to go after it again here. Is Paps going to have enough time? Bill's going to go to the inside. Is he going to put that AlphaTauri up to P2 side by side going in the chicane? Oh, that was super close. Clean driving for both the drivers though. Paps is making that car wider than a London bus. Bill just has to find the right moment. He just have that drive, or oh yeah, Zambito's now coming in this. Let's jump on board with Zambito. CSC Morris gets a little bit of contact with Bill there. Might have went for an inside look. That's gonna put Jake ahead of El Zambito. Super unfortunate for Morris. I'm not sure if he went in and didn't think, or if Bill didn't see him coming in. DSC Morris has retired. Has he done so from the pits? No, he hasn't. I can't see his McLaren somewhere. Where is his McLaren? Down on the inside there? I am not sure. No safety car comes for that, so it must have been from within the pits. Here we go. Lap 24 out of 27. Panta gets overtaken by the Mercedes of El Zambito, who's trying to hold onto the back of Jake. SF1 Molly on softs, 12 seconds away from Panta in the Ferrari. Panta gets himself a 3-second time penalty. So right now, Jake could have had the strategy of the race. Looking on the inside of Bill. Can he make it stick? Ooh! Red Bull versus AlphaTauri, brother and sister car. That puts Jake Wilson up to P3 with just about 3 laps remaining. Paps gets a little out of shape. That's gonna put Jake right up to P2. Bill's having a look now. I wonder if Paps did that strategically to get DRS to try to hold Bill behind him. Coming down the start-finish line. Zambito's right there. Two laps remain. The ultimate lap next time around. These guys all putting everything into it. Zambito really having a push. He should have the straight line speed coming into this next DRS range down the back straight. We're going to take a look on board with him. He has Bill just ahead. Paps right ahead. See Jake starting to peer off, so Paps is not going to have the luxury of DRS from that Red Bull. Is Bill going to have another look at Paps coming into the chicane? Yeah, he is. He's going to go to the inside, take the position even before the chicane. You can see how hard Zambito is pushing. Where's Panta and all this? Panta is down in P6, 1.9 separates himself. Does he have damage in that Ferrari? No, he doesn't. Both end plates are there. Molly now, 9.1 behind. As Seal gets around Hubdy. Alfa Romeo versus Alpine. Seal now up to P9. Hubdy's going to have a look again at the back. Ooh, bit of a squeeze from the Alfa Romeo driver. Side by side on the wrong right hand. Hubdy gets the position back. Seal having quite a good race though. Right behind that Alpine. P10 for an Alfa Romeo is no fall short. An ultimate lap as we stand. ABR Ryan having one heck of a race after that safety car. Wilson deciding to box twice this evening. In P2 has just about 2 laps to go. 4.3 separates himself. 4.2. Can he get closer? Can Bill break that toe from Paps just behind? 6/10 right behind. Is Zambito going to have a look at the Williams driver? Can Zambito put his Mercedes? No, he does have a penalty to his name. Seal gets a penalty to his name as well. All or nothing for these last couple corners going into the final lap. Zambito goes a bit wide. Paps right on the gearbox of Bill's AlphaTauri. Is he going to have a look? He's going to think about it. And he's going to tuck right behind. I'm just looking at Hubdy. I wonder how many positions he's going to be able to jump with all those guys ahead of him having a time penalty to his name. Zambito goes for a look on the inside of that Williams Paps. What can El Zambito do here in the final lap of the race? This man leading ever since the safety car is going to start his final lap now. I do apologize. I don't have the podium. My cable link is acting up, so these guys can't hear me when I talk in the party. But this man, ABL Ryan, taking over the lead from the safety car period, is going to cross the line and win the French Grand Prix. Jake, pitting twice, takes over P2 for a podium. Bill's going to hold on for P3. Zambito crashes the car. Where are these guys going to finish? Once these the penalties come into play, Moley, is he going to jump anybody? Moley stays P7. Robbo, is he going to cross P8? He's going to get jumped by Hubdy. How far can Hubdy move up the grid? Goes up to P8. So Seal finishes P10. Bill has a time penalty to his name as well. Across the line in P11. An operator being able to bring that Red Bull home this evening is going to have solid points for that Red Bull team getting into the next round. Allow your face finishes P13, but operator is going to bring the Red Bull home, and that is going to conclude our second round of the championship, the French Grand Prix. Driver of the day goes to the Ferrari driver, Panta. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a rundown of the race results here for our second round of the French Grand Prix. Our winner, ABR Ryan and Aston Martin, pitting once, was the deciding factor after the safety car. In second position, we have Jake Wilson. In third, rounding out your podium, is Bill, getting a podium this evening. We have Paps in fourth, El Zambito fifth. We have Panta in sixth. SF1 Moley finishes seventh. Hubdy 8th. We have Bravo 9th. Seal 10th. Bill 11th, Operators 12th, and Allow Your Face brings home 13th. Out of this race, we lost CSC Morris, Elise, and SF1 Stig. I would usually do the podium interviews right now, but my cable link for some reason doesn't want to pick up my microphone, so I told these guys in advance that I can't do a podium interview. But if you guys want to hear what these guys have to say after this race, let me know. I'll give a chat to these guys and have them post it up to the chat on their realistic forum. If you guys are interested in joining, if you guys want to see what these guys are all about, you guys want to give it a go, make sure you jump over to our Discord. But however, I am SF1 Rhodes. I'm going to sign out for this evening. Make sure you tune in next Sunday for the third round in the championship. But until then, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed myself. This is SF1 Rhodes for SF1 Realistic Tier on Sunday. Signing out. Stay safe. We will see you guys next week.